Okay, so we're going to work on solving another quadratic inequality. We're going to make this one a little bit tougher. So we're going to go to, 2x squared plus 4x, then minus, let's do 7. Okay. Is less than 0. Okay, so the first thing you'll notice is if you look at this one critically, you'll notice that it is not factorable. Okay, so I have two options, or more than two options actually. I can try and graph it, or I can use quadratic formula, or I can try completing the square. So it is truly up to you on how you do it. Most students would probably go for quadratic formula, so I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Now, the last example I'm going to show you how to graph it. Okay. But we're going to do quadratic formula. So again, related equation. And just pretend it's an equation. So your A is 2, your B is 4, and your C is -7. Okay, so if I pop that into quadratic formula, I'm going to get let's just write it down. Hopefully you guys remember. Okay, so -4 plus or minus 16, because it's b squared, minus 4 times 2 times a -7, all over 2 times 2. Okay. All right, let's see what that is. So 16, that would be plus 56, 72 over 4. Okay, so I'm going to try to simplify the square root as much as I can. So 72 is 36 times 2. The square root of 36 is 6. All over 4. And then I can reduce it. So -2 plus or minus 3, square root 2, all over 2. Okay, now, when I put that on a number line, it really doesn't do me any good to have it in this form because I have really no sense of where this goes on the number line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these and I'm going to find a decimal approximation just to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to use my calculator. So this is, let's see, -3.12. And then the next one, -1.12 approximately. All right, so I want to put those on a number line. Okay. So let's see, -3.12 would go on your left. 1.12 would be on your right. This one is going to get open dots. Okay. All right. So again, we're going to pick some test values. We're going to pick some test values to the left of -3.12. We're going to pick a test value between -3.12 and 1.12. And then we're going to pick a test value to the right of it. Again, we're looking for truth. Okay. So again, pick your test values so they're easy to calculate. You don't have to pick a decimal. You don't have to pick a fraction. So I'm going to pick -5. I'm going to pick 0. And then I'm going to pick +2. Okay. So now 2 -5 squared plus 4 times a -5 minus 7. I want to know if that is less than 0. So let's see. Let's see. That would be 25. 25 times 2 is 50. -20 minus 7. So that would be 50 minus 27, which would be 23. That is not less than 0. That is false. Okay, so let's plug in a 0. See what happens. 2 times 0 squared plus 4 times 0 minus 7 less than 0. 0 plus 0, -7 less than 0. That is true. Okay. Last one. I'm going to pick a test value of 2. So 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 plus 8 minus 7 less than 0. That's 9 less than 0. That is a false statement. Okay, so we're going to shade what's true. And it was true between our two values, just like that. Okay. So when I write out my solution, there's actually about three or four ways to do it. So I am guessing, okay, that Edgenuity will not want the decimal approximation, but they might. Okay, so let's write out a solution. So I can graph it. And this is going to look a little messy, but it's still an appropriate solution. So it look like this. Okay, that would be graphical. Interval notation would look like this. Okay. Inequality notation would look like this. This is an and statement, by the way. Oops. And then if you want to do fancy, you could do the set builder notation. But that is up to you. Okay, again, this is solving a quadratic with inequality and using the quadratic formula. Okay, the next one we're going to do is we're going to solve it graphically, so we're going to be using Desmos to help us out. All right, wait for the next video.